now.
Exactly.
Can I spray this now?
Sure. What's up, dude? This is Victor here from Master Body. I decided that I'm going to randomly make videos where I just give you guys a little food for thought, no pun intended, in regards to a lot of things that I can see people are struggling with, including cooking their own meals. And a lot of people don't know even if they do want to cook their own meal, they don't know what to do. They don't know what's good or acceptable based on the parameters that we lay out for you. And just in general to my newsletter subscribers who want some interesting recipes or some quick healthy meals that are going to help you get lean that you can whip up, as well as little tips and tricks. So I'm just sauteing some vegetables here. We have onions, broccoli, pepper. I don't know, some of you real chefs might not think those go together. They might not. I don't really know much about cooking at all. I just oftentimes, my first meal usually consists of a big omelet because I like to use liquid egg whites. 1 cup is already 20 grams of protein and only 100 calories. It's literally a cup of pure protein. Oftentimes I'll have some pre-cooked chicken, which I'll chop up about 4 ounces and throw it in there. You don't even really know it's there. It's like chicken, so it kind of will take on the flavor of whatever is in there. So it's another good way to get super lean, healthy, low-fat protein into your body early in the morning. I always cook with coconut oil, not because of the flavor. I'll tell you why. Many people, in their understanding of what's healthy and what's not, they go with olive oil to cook with. And I can see where you would expect that to be a good option, but it's actually a very bad option, and I'll tell you why. Olive oil is extremely healthy. It's a great source of fat, but it's a very unstable oil, meaning when you cook it, that it does not need to get to that high of a temperature before the chemical properties break down and it becomes where it starts to boil. And once you start boiling the oil, that's when it converts the fat into trans fatty acids, which many of you by now know that trans fats are extremely unhealthy. They literally are almost like poison to your body. There's been a lot about it in the news. I want to say some of the fast food restaurants are getting a lot of their food because people are finally waking up to the fact that fast food might not be exactly the healthiest meal. But anyway, you don't want you're going on your way to cook a healthy meal. You don't want to be consuming trans fats without even knowing it. However, coconut oil is the most stable oil to cook with. So I usually use that, or we're out of it, but like a spray 0-calorie PAM, that works well. So anyway, my eggs or my vegetables are about done. In the oven I have going for me something I should switch out right now. I chopped up about a half of a sweet potato into small pieces. I put it in a little pan. I'll show you. I saute it with olive oil, salt and pepper, throw it into some olive oil, salt and pepper. It's really tasty. They're very sweet. They're very healthy. But as I break my own rules, see the olive oil's boiling a little bit, which means I use a little bit too much, which means this is not exactly, in a sense, great for me based on what I just told you. But, it's not about being perfect. It's still a healthy thing I have going here, so. I just broil that on high for like 10 minutes at the top, and I put them on the bottom for another 5 or 10, and we're good to go. I need my trusty assistant now to give me the eggs that she's been battering for the past 25 minutes. Come here, dear. Thanks, Maya. So, in here I have a cup and a half of egg whites, 3 whole eggs. I normally don't have this much eggs in the meal, but I'm out of chicken. My wife's currently at Whole Foods picking us up some groceries for the week, or not for the week, we go often, so every few days we'll go, but she's there, gonna hook up the chicken. I have a piece of Ezekiel bread, which I'll let me get the pack out for you guys. This is one of the only breads, probably the only bread that I ever recommend to any of my clients. It's Ezekiel bread. It looks like this. You find it at a place like, I think Kroger even has it now, Whole Foods, places like that. It's in the frozen section, so you just got to kind of look for it. What's nice about it, it's a sprouted grain. If you don't know what sprouting is, it's just you take the grain and you soak it with water until it sprouts like the little root, basically. But what that does is that unleashes a lot of dormant healthy nutrients and enzymes. So you literally transform the fundamental groundwork of the bread and make it much more healthy. You gotta toast it obviously because it's frozen. It's not as healthy, it's not as tasty as like a fresh baked Italian bread out of the oven obviously, but it's pretty darn healthy, and it's, if you really love bread, it's a good way to get your fix. It's also very high in fiber. And lastly, it's a complete protein. Let me explain what that is. That's very important to you guys. What is a complete protein? A complete protein is a protein source that has all 9 essential amino acids. So protein is basically broken down. The nuts and bolts of protein is amino acids. Amino acids is kind of what your body needs. Our body will naturally produce a good amount of them. However, there are 9. Still put that in my face. I'm making the video. There are 9 that your body does not make on its own, which means you need to get them in. That's why they're essential. And it's real easy when you eat meat and eggs and dairy, because those are all complete sources of protein. But a lot of people who tend to steer away from meat and stuff, and eat a lot, like vegetarians, for example, they have to really kind of go out of the way and plan to get complete protein. Otherwise, they're going to be all messed up and weak. They're going to be frail and get sick all the time. It's a big mess. So, Ezekiel bread's a good source for that, guys, whether you're vegetarian or not. So, I'm just sauteing my eggs up here. I have my handy dandy assistant who is shoving a frozen shot of wheatgrass in my face. Now, I cannot stand the taste of wheatgrass, but I've been on this kick where I went for the whole month of January without any alcohol, and I was extremely healthy, healthier than I've been in a very long time. And I had a glass of wine last night, which is not a big deal, but so I just feel like my body, and plus I ate out. I went to my niece's birthday party, and they had like Andiamo's catering and cake and all that kind of stuff, which I had only a little bit of. I'm not a big fan of, you know, really heavy foods like that, but anyway, it seemed appropriate. So I'm going to slam this beast once it unthaws. It's pure wheatgrass juice. It is, in my opinion, one of the most god-awful things in the world, but a lot of people out west and down south, we used to live in Florida, we're very into this. And it's a very potent detoxifier. It's full of chlorophyll and awesome enzymes and nutrients, and it's super healthy for your body, man. And as bad as it is, it's just a shot. You shoot it down, you chase it with even some water, and you're good to go. And again, it really helps detoxify your body. Let's see. So in a minute, I'm going to push down my I'm kind of taking my time with these eggs. It depends. If I'm in a rush, I'll cook it on high, and it doesn't come out as good. But anyone who knows how to cook eggs, you know, good, knows that the slower the better. Then you can kind of fluff them up and make them kind of yummy. So here's what we got going here. Just again, all those eggs, the vegetables. It's a nice filling meal. I'm not a fan of just eating vegetables by themselves, though I do. It's not too bad. But so I like to kind of sneak them in whenever it is convenient, whenever they can kind of take on the flavor of something I do like.
I could eat this because you should put it away.
Thanks. My assistant is urging me to eat this now, but I'm going to explain to her that it's frozen. I just got it out of the freezer, so I'm going to let it unthaw where it becomes liquid, and then I'm going to drink it. So I'm purposely leaving it out there. Thanks. So inquisitive, my young assistant. And as you see, look at the example I'm setting for my children. My children think it's cool to drink wheatgrass and to eat healthy, protein-packed, lean vegetables and all sorts of like healthy meals. To them, it's normal and it's exciting and it's not boring. It's just the way that you present it, and the person you are, as we all know, will literally begin to be reflected big time in your kids. So anything you don't like about your kids, look in the mirror. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but this is one of the things I've done right, you could say. Because my kids love exercise and eating healthy. They actually think it's fun. It's not like I make them do it because I'm some kind of crazy stickler. I do it, and therefore they want to do it. They come to the gym and they play, but really they're getting a good workout in. My daughter has better form on her squats and burpees than many of the clients. Maybe some cheese. The cheese is really going to top it off. You know, I'm an O blood type. For a while, I studied the blood type diet. Not this kind here. I'm going to give it a second. And the blood type diet basically traces your blood type to your genetic heritage and where your peoples originated from throughout the globe. And depending on where you originated from, according to this theory of the blood type diet, will determine what sorts of foods are optimal for your body. So being an O blood type, dairy is usually a no-no. It's not that good. And it's not that good for me. If I have a high amount of it, I'll get really inflamed. I'll get like mucus build, you know, I'll get like phlegm and stuff. And I can just feel my body is having somewhat of a reaction to it. It's nothing crazy. It's not that I can't do it. But I have found that small amounts of cheese, for me anyway, makes the eggs taste 1,000 times better, and I can handle it just fine. So, hook it up here, girl. Use this. Alright, so close this up. Normally, not normally, but oftentimes lately, I've been making like a Mexican style omelet. So I got all this, my chicken, and I top it with some Mexican cheese. Now I'm going to flip down my Ezekiel bread and put the cheese on. I estimate, I've measured it before so I kind of know, but I put about a quarter cup of cheese. That's plenty to get to change the whole dynamic and flavor of the omelet without, again, being crazy with the cheese. So, it's my thing here. But a lot of times lately, what I was going to say is I top all this with salsa, and then I chop up a half of an avocado and put it on there. It gives it a really tasty, I don't know if zesty is even the right word. I'm not sure what that even means, to be honest. But it's really it's really good, healthy meal that has kind of like a Mexican-y type of theme to it, you could say. But you know what? I think all the things I wanted to share, or I've just been kind of winging it, as you might have been able to gather. I think I've gone over just about everything I need, but pretty soon here, I'm going to feast, so I'm going to let you guys go. But until next time, I enjoyed making this video. I'm sure my assistant enjoyed it too. Next time I'll get her a little bit more into it, because she's actually a pretty darn good cook herself, aren't you? Yes. But for now, we're out of here. Peace. Until next time,
Bye.
Much love. Bye-bye. By the way, we have another assistant. He's more of the, you know, kind of hanging out on the down low, behind the scenes sort of cat. Boom. Axel, what up, dog? Okay, peace.